Hi everybody, Bobby here and my sister Brenda.
Hello, everyone.
And today we are going to talk about um, something that nobody wants to listen about, and it's really hard for a lot of people to accept. But before we start talking, we just want to say, like we always say at the beginning of our videos, if you do not resonate with us, that's okay. You can go and listen to other people. We actually encourage people to listen to other people and what they're saying. Maybe you guys resonate with them and you can start doing your research and come to your own conclusions. So, with that said, we are going to talk about today adrenochrome. And we're not afraid, we are bold about this because the main reason why this spiritual war started is because of the children. And many people do not want to accept that everything that has been happening for years is because of the children. So, the compound of adrenochrome is kind of like, it looks like a bunny. So, when you used to see celebrities, or let me just not call them celebrities, because to me these people are demons
We're demons.
or were demons, whichever they are. Their drug was the kids. And this is all happening, or it was happening, but it's all coming out. So, this is one of the things that we um, learned, and it's one of the reasons why we couldn't sleep at all. And you are going to have to excuse us because we are clearing our throat chakras again, and it's just crazy what's happening out there. So the adrenochrome was the preferred drug of these monsters. And it wasn't only just a drug for them. They have been putting this everywhere. And it is absolutely horrendous. This is one of the truths that are going to put this planet into the dark night of the soul. We talked about this, you know, in a previous video, that the planet soon will go into a really, really dark place. And we are not trying to, scare people, but we're trying to make people aware. That's why we're here. We're here to help people understand and understand what is happening. So I'm gonna have my sister Brenda to give you a small story, or a little story about um, the adrenochrome and the main huge corporation that was basically using it and putting it out there for everybody to consume. Brenda.
Yes, hello, everyone. How can I say this? The reason that we know all that is happening right now, including our ascension,
Yes.
is the children.
Yes.
Like my sister said, the demons, because I call them the demons, not celebrities, they were using this adrenochrome to keep themselves young
Mm-hmm.
and basically never die.
Yes.
When I remember watching a show, and they were saying these demons that they used to do like surgery to keep their self younger, to look younger. I'm sorry, and using a lot of products. That's not true. They were drinking adrenochrome.
Yes.
Everything started in the Vatican.
Mm-hmm.
The Vatican is when everything started. I believe we said, or we haven't said, that the Vatican made the other religions
Yes.
to keep us divided.
Yes.
Sadly, I have to say that because I've been doing a lot of research,
Mm-hmm.
and the wine that the Vatican or the Catholic churches
Mm-hmm.
are giving to people is not wine, it's adrenochrome. Why? Because that's the way they call it, the blood of Christ, but it's adrenochrome.
Yes.
They I don't know if they still doing this. I believe so.
We don't. I mean, we saw, and because of the research that we have done, that information came out.
Yes.
But like she said, we don't know if they're doing it still.
Yes.
But it's still a good information to have, because it's just gonna come out.
Yeah,
And
everything is gonna come out.
Mhm.
And the problem is that they were doing this to people to keep them asleep,
Yes.
to keep them hypnotized, slaves, and at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
because that was a way to do their satanic rituals. So that way they were so powerful.
Yes.
So they were not giving people wine or the blood. They call it the blood of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
They were. It was adrenochrome.
Yes.
So
I believe
sadly,
the little bread.
it have adrenochrome too, or
It's the body of Christ, and it's horrendous. I mean,
yes.
you know.
They were
You wanna-
feeding. They were feeding.
Yeah.
They're feeding, or they were feeding, all of us. Not only at the Vatican, but in the food. They are doing that in the food everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere, just to keep us from ascending. Sadly, a lot of people are not going to believe.
No.
Others are going to be in shock, but that's the truth.
Yes.
The Vatican started with is the most evil, or it was.
It
because-
was.
because it doesn't
I don't.
exist.
I don't think it's open anymore
Yes.
either.
But that's what they were doing to people, and then people kept going every Sunday, the same all over again. They
Mhm.
were drinking adrenochrome. They were
Yes.
giving people adrenochrome.
Yes. The problem here is we don't want to sugarcoat anything, and we just don't want to hold back. We are here to tell the truth of all the research that we have done. And it's a horrendous thing to talk about, but we have to talk about it. Because people are still in this state of mind where they can't see what is happening. They cannot see that this is actually, or it was happening before. So we have a Telegram channel where we put many of the things that we cannot put on IG, or we cannot put on YouTube because it's too much. But on Telegram, and I do believe we have the link somewhere in the channel, we're gonna try to put it under this video so that you guys can go and see what we are talking about. There was an interview back in the 80s where this man, they used to call him a rabbi, and I don't know his last name. I cannot even pronounce his last name. He's talking about what do they do to the kids, what do they do to the blood, where they put that blood to work, and the body of the children. And that's why she mentioned the church or churches, whoever is doing the bread of the body of Christ and the blood of Christ. It's basically the children. And we have that telegram that we're gonna put that interview. I have to look for it, and then I'm gonna put it there. And he basically just said that his people, whoever his people are, they basically just worship Satan, Lucifer, Moloch, whoever is that they worship, and they feed the children to their enemies, us. So it's very controversial, but at the same time, you need to know what is happening so that you are prepared for anything that comes your way. And my sister mentioned that these people, when they used to drink that adrenochrome, which is just the substance of the adrenal glands from the blood of a tortured, abused, raped child, and they basically just extract that while they are alive. This is not something that they do or they put the kid to sleep, or no. They do it while the babies, from newborns all the way to
10
I believe 10. That's who they take the adrenochrome from. Then from 11 and up, I do believe, of what I have researched, that they use them as sex slaves. I mean, it is a horrendous thing to know. But if you do not know this information and you think that everything is love and light, when this information comes out, you're gonna burst. Tears. Some people are just not gonna be able to make it because it's going to be so much for the soul. Because we're not born being bad. We're born good. These monsters are the bad ones. And they pinned everybody against each other so that they could do what they were doing while we were over here fighting against each other. And the poor kids were suffering.
Yeah, that's basically, they were keeping us entertained with a lot of things.
Yes.
While they were torturing the kids. Because the problem is that because they hate God or the Creator,
Yes.
the way they believe that they were torturing a kid. Basically, they believe that they were killing God,
Yes.
and that's what they were doing.
Yes.
And after that, when they were done doing with whatever they were doing with the kid, they basically were feeding us
The kids.
with the kids.
This is something that many people are not gonna take lightly. But we're not here, again, to sugarcoat anything. We're here to talk and we're here to spread the truth. And if you want to believe, that's okay. We couldn't believe at the beginning when we were just reading all of this and listening to all of this information, and we were like, wait a minute, what is going on? And we kept looking for information and digging. We could not sleep. It's like there's a post somewhere on the internet everywhere going, those who know cannot sleep. We know. We haven't been able to have a good night's sleep
Yeah,
for a very long time.
Sometimes, yeah, when we go to buy food,
Yeah.
you need to read, and sometimes you don't want to even eat.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what to eat. Because you don't know what is healthy, like clean, basically.
The only thing that I do is just my veggies and fruits, pretty much. I do not touch anything that's processed. I don't want to buy anything from a box. I don't go, and if I can take it from my garden, better. But you have to take this information with an open mind. Ask questions. Don't just listen to us and say, okay, well, they're saying no. Go and look for this information everywhere. It is out there.
Yes.
It is coming out. If you ever heard that say, from dark to light, that's exactly what is coming out. From the dark web to the light. Everybody's going to see what was happening.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of people are focused in aliens. Okay.
Yeah.
It's happening. Ancient civilizations, the universe.
Yeah.
They want to ascend. It's everything like she said, love and light, or I wanna look in here. I want to ascend. I want to see about aliens. And all kind of other races. But why we are here knowing all this is because of our children.
Yes.
Because if it were not for them,
We
Who
wouldn't
knows?
even know. We
Who
probably
knows?
would be gone by now.
everybody's talking about solar flares, the big solar flash. I want to have superpowers. Okay, but
That's good.
we all know all this because
Started.
because of the children.
Yes. Yes.
And then the problem is that when you talk about the children, people don't care. They don't care. They just want to ascend. They just want to ascend.
Yep.
But the problem is that if you don't want to know about the children, what they were doing, you will not ascend.
No.
And, we're not here telling we're not better than anyone,
No.
but it's the truth. No one will ascend if they don't want to know what they were doing, not only with our children, but like with the video that we did before, the dark side of the spiritualism. That's that comes in. It's
Yes.
in that group.
Yes. Absolutely. So once you know this information, that's when you start doing your inner work. So everything goes together. The dark side of spiritualism is when you learn all the truths about what we're talking right now, and then you do your inner work. And the inner work has two parts. The inner work that you do while doing the research, and the inner work that you do to change yourself so that you can align with your soul and you create the path to the 5D. it's just the way that you are supposed to do it. And people will say, oh no, nobody's supposed to do anything. Well, yeah, because you are in this bubble and everything is love and light and you're manifesting, but whenever that bubble breaks, because everything is burning down to the ground, including our egos. And if you don't want to know, the ego is just basically blocking you from going forward. You have to tell ego, you know what, I need to know this because I need to change. Whether it is changing myself or changing the planet.
Yeah, and the information is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I don't even understand how people cannot see it because it's in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is in your face.
Mm-hmm.
The good guys are taking all the information out for people to see
Mm-hmm.
slowly, like we
Yes.
said in one video, slowly,
Mm-hmm.
step by step, because they cannot take all the information at once because the planet is gonna be empty.
Well, yes. People cannot take this truth all at once like we did. We took all the information at once and we went into shock. I think I was like, what, 6 months without, putting my eyes together. Pretty much. I could not sleep. And I was becoming sleep deprived.
Mhm.
And I was getting, sick, and because your body needs to sleep. But I could not sleep. So
it's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much information.
yes. Mhm.
And then knowing about this reincarnation,
Mhm.
that we are gods and goddesses. I mean, it's everything at the same time. What they
Yes.
were doing to the kids, what they were doing to us,
Yes.
feeding us, poison. They were poisoning us everywhere,
Mhm.
trying us to keep us from ascending.
Oh,
I mean, it's just everything at the same time that your head goes like, what's going on? I mean,
Yes.
what happened?
Yes. When
It's-
you learn your lies and that you have been living a lie, that's when your bubble bursts. And that's when you go from love and light back to the 3D.
Yeah.
Nothing is gonna stop what is coming.
Mhm.
That's what it means. So
And it have to happen so that way people wake up.
Yeah.
They need to do it.
yes.
We need to know.
Mm-hmm. So be open-minded, ask questions. We all have to change, not only for us, but we have to change for the planet. We gotta help this planet. And we have to help the kids as well. So I think we can leave it here today, right? Okay. So we're gonna leave it here tonight. We hope that you guys like the video. If you would like the video, just press that little thumbs up and share the video if you want to with your family, friends, whoever, and just be open-minded. You don't have to get upset. Maybe this will trigger some people. Don't get upset. Go and look for the information. Do your own research. It's all out there. And always remember, we are here for you and with you. Anything that you have questions about, you can write them in the comments, and we are going to try to answer those questions as best as we can. We don't leave anybody behind. The only person that stays behind is the one that does not want to ascend. So with that said, we do hope that you have a beautiful night and abundance to all.
Blessings for everyone.